Of KTN Inside the Sports. My name is Moses Wahisi, and yes, today we decided to make it an SJAK affair. I'm talking about SJAK. This is the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya. And we are focusing on the football team, SJAK FC. For a number of times, the team had not been all out, but with the new leadership, I will say, our president, James Waindi, I am glad and also humbled to be the Secretary General of the SJAK Association. And we also have other leadership who are with us here today. We've decided that this team needs to be given a fresh breath of life. And having that in mind, today has been a day that we said a friendly match will do just to spice ourselves, to have a good day, and also to enjoy ourselves and say, as much as we are journalists, we also know one man practicing sportsmanship is far much better than 50 of us who preach it. So we not only preach it, but we also go all out and play it. And that is why we are good at what we do. But today, against Bunge FC, the game that is going on, it is a hammering affair, we should say, because we've said, as the sports scribe in the country, we can at least play some beautiful football, enjoy ourselves, gel, and also have an opportunity to network and also talk to the members of the National Assembly, members of the Senate, and just understand and also just pass across the message of some of the things that we believe needs to be done for this republic when we think about building and making sports be what it is supposed to be. Now let's talk to some of the sports journalists that are here with us today and listen why today is a special day for them, why they are playing this friendly match, and what needs to be done not only for the sportsmen in this republic, but also for the good boys and girls, men and women that are very, very keen in telling you everything that always happens in this republic when we think about sports, and that is the sports journalist.
It is a very good initiative, and we said let's make sports great again, and by so doing we decided when the new office came in we have to bring back the SJAK team. Has been dormant for a period of time, but we are happy that we are back. Players are here fully fit, some are unfit, but at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, enjoying ourselves, and maybe bonding together. And of course, building up, at least being fit. Well, moving forward, we expect the team to be more stronger, so that we can play these curtain raiser tournaments. Like the last time we played in Uganda, it was a very big tournament against the Ugandan journalists. And let's make sure that every annual Sports Journalist Day, we have a tournament. Maybe we can go out country, we can invite our colleagues from different countries, our fellow journalists. We play football, we bond together, exchange ideas, and make journalism and sports great again.
For me, this is just the beginning of many great things. I know we've done many things before, and then it reached a point where we could not do because of many factors that we can't talk about right now. But bringing up such a unit and making sure that everyone comes in, especially on time, and honoring such a match, to me, it's something that gives me hope that SJAK is finally finding its feet. And you see, the unity and the love within the SJAK community is something that we really have to commend. And all I can say, big things are coming. SJAK is getting better, and of course we'll be looking forward to doing more of this, especially like today we are playing against Bunge FC. Everyone is interacting, the Bunges. I can see guys also getting interviews easily, and interacting with such people also creates avenues for journalists to actually know what's happening, because you can speak and maybe interact with the guy one-on-one, create connections, and of course making SJAK even a better place for anyone. So any sports journalist who's not come on board, I think they're missing a lot. The scribes have shown that they can play football. You can see the beautiful football they have played here today. It shows you that it's not only in the newsroom, also on the pitch, we can do it.
The team is gelling quite well. I think now this is our third month, and I believe that this is just but the beginning of good things. The team is something that brings us together. It makes us be able to network. And for today's match, I'm so happy that most of the Member of Parliaments are here. For us, it's a way also to push agendas as far as sports is concerned. We need to talk to the legislators to let them know what we need them to legislate. And perhaps this is just one of the events that will be interacting with several stakeholders in the game. Today we are with the legislators. I think the next match we are trying to organize a match with the referees. We're also trying to organize a match with our magistrates, the legal department. So basically it's a way of networking and keeping ourselves fit. We have a role to play. And I believe that, first of all, I'd like to commend the good job that the outgoing office did. SJAK outgoing office, and now we are having a new office that is quite vibrant. I'm looking at an office that has come with different ideas, an office that is quite accommodative, an office that can really get ideas from elsewhere. So the sky is the limit. I think sports journalism in this country has stagnated for some time, and this is an ample time for us to move to the next level, try and network within the region, within the continent, and ultimately play, because I'm made to understand that in Europe they normally invite scribes from all over the world. So why not Kenya? One of these days we come up with our team and travel elsewhere to try and go network and also tell guys more about Kenya. And also I'd like to call on partners to try and come in. I'd commend LG, who has been a partner for some time now. We have several partners who I believe that should come back and help the sports journalists in this country to do their job and to do it effectively.
The game was very nice. I think I enjoyed it. I didn't play, yes.
Another SJAK executive, I see two in kwa mpigo, wawili kwa mpigo. Abula, nieleze, game naweza sema iko vipi na SJAK? Tunaijenga tuijengi?
Bila mazoezi, lakini naona ushindi na wamejitahidi sana wachezaji ambao walikuwa, mimi nilikuwa shabiki tu. Unajua ni kitambo sana tangu niingie uwanjani, lakini wamenipatia motisha. Naona nitaanza kurejea uwanjani sasa hivi.
Hata mimi pia naunga mkono. Unajua watu wengi wamekuwa hawana mazoezi, lakini ukiangalia leo wamekimbia, wamechemka kweli kweli. Kwa hiyo inamaanisha kwamba SJAK inazidi kujengeka na mambo mazuri yako mbele.
Jamani, itabidi umbadilisha suti, maana umeona mechi imekuwa sawa. Sasa nasubiri wewe kama SJAK ingia uwanjani bwana.
Kinjo, unajua I've been sick, so narejea, lakini
anakuona uko na afya nzuri sasa hivi. Sasa anza kupiga zoezi wewe.
Zoezi tutapiga na tutarejea kwa kishindo. So ndio hali halisi. I know when we think about building sports and the work that the sports journalists are doing, we might be divided because we come from different actually media houses. And while at Topong, game kwa vipi?
Imekuwa poa sana.
Naona wewe ndio jezi unapangia watu.
Nakwambia after making a clean sheet on the goalpost, I told these guys that we are going to stage a show that they'll remember, and that is what we did. And next time we just want them to come here well prepared, because we are going to be hell let loose.
He's saying that we are going to be hell let loose. I know you work on the other side, but we are united because we love sports and we are journalists.
For sure.
I know as SJAK a lot needs to be done and must be done, and we're moving forward.
For sure. It's a good initiative that SJAK did today. Playing against the Bunge FC was quite good. At least we got to interact and share ideas here and there. Hopefully now our cry for better sports management will be heard by Bunge, as we had a meeting and we told them at least let's work together to try and improve our sports fraternity in general.
And while at it must and should improve. Shadi, kwa kifupi tu, a good initiative to bond and to put our differences aside and to be united as sports journalists.
Not just a good initiative, but a superb initiative. Other than that, we are talking about lots of issues. When people come together, we are just not bringing society together, but we're bringing a whole economy together. Because now it's an opportunity to know each other, to bond and social network. That's something important that we should be able to do as journalists in Kenya.
He's saying something important and also something very, very critical. He was playing as a defender. Anasema, yes, leo unakula hewa. Niambie, game kwa vipi?
Game kwa safi kabisa. As obvious we've won, man. You know, best player is here, man. You can tell you something.
Leo umefunga mabao, by the way. Game safi?
Yeah, it was a good game. We've not played really as a team for quite some time. This was our second game after we played here again just I think a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, there was a lot of things really for us to just, you know, learn each other, but, you know, learning by doing. And, you know, having top players like him, you know, manning the defense, obviously, because, you know, we are known as sports journalists, but we talk about it, we write about it, but we've shown the members of parliament that we can play it as well. So 4-1 win to us, and we can only build from here.
Ulikuwa unacheza na miwani ama?
Sikuwa nacheza na miwani.
Najua. Na kuchokoza tu. So it's a team effort, and all the sports journalists here, I know they've enjoyed themselves, and they're saying more must be done, more can be done. And yes, Voyo ndio ule pale anatafuta kiatu, alikuwa ameomba kiatu. Umerudisha mwenyewe kiatu? Nafikiri amerudisha, but just in the spirit of making the sports journalists be what they're supposed to be, this will be happening, and more of this will surely do happen.
This is the start of SJAK FC. It was a bit dormant from the previous wrangles. We had, KSJA. Now we have SJAK FC, which is well put. We played our first match against MCAs. Now this is the second match. I think it's a step in the right direction. It helps us mingle well. And I think we'll be having this. In fact, we are planning one against Tanzania journalists. This is the best way to go with this new team. Yes.
Talking about SJAK, I know we have tried as much as possible. Now I can boldly say someone can go to www.sjak.co.ke and access our website. Someone can go to our offices at National Stadium and say, this is where the sports journalists sit. Positive strides, and we need partners to be able to make this dream a reality. Kudos to LG, kudos to Star Times, kudos to the Anti-Doping Agency of Kenya, the National Olympics Committee of Kenya, and all the other stakeholders that have been able to at least assist us. But I know with more stakeholders coming to support what we are doing, more can be done.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, as you've said, we are making major strides now with the website. It's very vibrant. First thing, we've never had it before. Very vibrant, where we discuss our programs. We give information about our programs and general news. It's very good, and we're inviting more stakeholders to come on board to support us in our plan and future plans.
And as much as this is an opportunity to network with the members of the different legislative houses, then it is also important and critical for the Bunge FC to be in good shape, because they have a duty to represent the country in this year's edition of the EALA Games, and those games will be in the calendar in the next 4 weeks. For them, they are saying a lot needs to be done to uplift sports in this republic, but also they are saying they are enjoying themselves. It's not just about playing football, but the mental wellness that this brings, but the unity that this brings then is critical and of key and very vital importance.
I'm the captain for the National Assembly Bunge FC team. Mheshimiwa Clive is our keeper. Mheshimiwa Mogaka is our midfielder. First, we are not just training for the EALA Games. As Bunge FC, we play throughout the year. We train every Tuesday and every Thursday from 6 a.m. in the morning. So we play a lot of friendlies, we play a lot of matches, and so as you've seen, we are fairly competitive. But for now, because we are facing EALA Games in less than a month, we've enhanced the training to 3 times a week. So we used to train at Nyayo Stadium, but now that it's undergoing renovation, we've had to relocate to Police Circle. We play first to keep fit, because keeping fit and being healthy is part of good representation. We play secondly as an idea and a means of keeping us together. We are from different political formations, but once we're on the pitch, we leave politics completely aside. We never ever bring politics to the pitch, but we also play to represent our country in EALA again. Kenyans are unbelievably talented, both in athletics, in soccer, and in other fields. The reason we thrive in athletics more than in soccer is because athletics is actually an individual effort. Soccer must be a collective effort, but that collective effort can only succeed if there is proper motivation. We have successively had administrators of soccer who are more interested in making money than in development of soccer. The day we will actually have administrators who really want to develop soccer in this country will go far. But I must also say that part of the problem, because I've been in soccer politics for some time, is this idea that government is not allowed to interfere with soccer. it creates cartels within the country. And those cartels actually work with international organizations, including FIFA. So instead of helping our soccer, it kills our soccer. It's a conundrum that I have no idea how we'll ever resolve. Because whenever government tries to come in to streamline, it's called interference. Whenever government pulls back, then the cartels take over. I think it's really unfortunate. But I pray the day we will develop soccer where we'll be identifying talents from the lowest level and giving people who are deserving, we will go very far.
I want to urge our young people in school, talent pays, and if you nurture your talent, you will go places. I am extremely happy with the individual sports in this country, but we are extremely disappointed with team team efforts in this country, because right from club to national games, team clubs or team games are disappointing. I want to urge us as a country to take it as seriously as it should be, because talent pays. I mean, these screens we are watching in European Cup, we should be watching our own players.
Irrespective of our political divide, we are one country, and we can form a team to even move the country forward, be it in the economy side, be it in sports. The main challenge is that we have too many cartels within the sports and sports industry, extremely high-level cartels. If the sports industry is well structured, our youth will have a chance. And we are trying to showcase that as members of parliament, we can form a team, go out there and win the EALA tournament. That is an indicator that if we put the correct infrastructure for our youths, we're going to build the industry, we're going to give our youths a chance. And that is what we would like to see in this country happen.
Personally, I'm very encouraged with what is currently happening. You know, we are coming from a season where we had very few stadia. We had Nyayo, Kasarani, and then just a few, and you're done nationally. With devolution, you see counties now developing stadia and nurturing talents, locally. So that in as much as we lack funding to do academies in the manner they do them in Europe and other places, you can have, a platform for, local talents to come up. What we then need to do is to ensure that our scouting, or the manner by which we select, those talents to join the national team, is free, open, and is by people who are not looking at tribe but talent. You see what has been happening in athletics, for instance. When you talk of marathon, it's naturally our people from the Rift Valley, and there is no issue about that. We must stop the idea that you have to have the face of Kenya in a football team. And then there have been mentions of corruption during selection. In fact, I've spoken to very senior and very good players who say we never got a chance to play for Harambee Stars or a Kenyan team simply because we lacked, something to oil the palms of people who are doing selection. Those corrupt practices, we need to do away with them. We nurture talent, and we have an open, system. I would be encouraged counties now that, we have stadia across, the one in Homa Bay, built, strictly using county funding. I think those ones which have not developed, let us develop. But we should go to a level where we can have now county tournaments. Because when we have county tournaments, you have a situation where we have community, teams like Gor Mahia FC. Because when you have a team from Kakamega, you then go to region, Western region, you have Nyanza region. Then we come up here. You obviate the expenses of an academy, but you still, sieve out very good players up to the top.
For the football of this country, we are still very far, and I want to call upon the Ministry of Sports to do more, especially mashinani, to ensure that we bring up talent. We go and search for talent. It is one thing to say you are rolling a tournament from the grassroots, and it's another thing to develop talent at the grassroots. So we want to encourage the Ministry of Education to focus on talent development up at grassroots. Let's have an academy in every county, for instance. Let's have 2-3 academies in a county. So that is the only way, that is how the only place you develop talent. Lakini hii ya tournament kungoja December unaanza kuroll hadi sijui kutoka chini ama juu. Serikali bwana, network imeenda waya kidogo. Hatupati maneno vile natakana kuwa. Na mimi naambia Babu na Mwamba, at least wewe ni Mluya. Unajua football iko kwa damu. Vile tunacheza sisi kama Waluya, football iko. Go and grow talent kutoka huko chini. We have so much talent wahisi. Hapo chini kwa wananchi talent iko. Usingoje watu wakuja hapa tunawaita talent, hapana. Enda anza kuzigrow chini. Na sisi kama bunge, najua kuna mswada ambao umeletwa na kamati ile ya sports ambao unaenda kuimarisha sports katika ngazi hii ya kanda. Tukuze talent, tukuze talanta mashinani. That is the only, we have so much talent. If we just focused as a country, tutakuwa na Arsenal hapa, tutakuwa the whole team ya Man U itakuwa kwa Kenya. Lakini mimi ni mtu wa Arsenal bwana. Na sasa unaona tuko sawa sawa.
Manchester iko better.
Hakuna kabisa.
Tuna struggle but things will be okay.
Hakuna kabisa. Kustruggle ni kustruggle. There's nothing like better struggling. Asanteni sana.
It brings us all together. It doesn't matter which political affiliation you are with. We come here and we are one team. We don't look at your political aligning. So as far as the unity is concerned, the Bunge FC and also the entire team, including the Bunge athletics team, we all come together in sports, and that's the advantage of sports. Sports unite, and we want to stay united as a country.
Yes. I think when we think about sports and how sports unites, I think every other single person in the country needs to pick some positives from what is happening with Bunge FC, because people sometimes will always be divided, but in sports we are all united.
Sports is one of the most unique items. When you get here, you have your colleague or you have your teammate. You don't consider which political affiliation he or she has. So for here, as far as the unity is concerned, we are one team, we are one family, we die for each other, we practice together. As you said, we've intensified the practice because we previously were only training on Tuesday and Thursday. Now we're training Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And that is because the EALA game in about 4 weeks. We are going to play the other 7 East African countries. That is EALA in Rwanda. That is Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, DRC, Congo, and Southern Sudan, and of course Kenya. And when it comes to Harambee Stars and Harambee Starlets, when they are playing, I wish to call on the entire country, all the football fans, let's turn up and get numbers, because the best player and the best person to support you is the 12th man. Let's come as the fans and give our Harambee Stars and our Harambee Starlets the 12th man that we need. And if we give them the support, we have the experience and the knowledge. Second, we also need to bring up the academies back again. Previously, a long time ago, Zgol was here. He had brought, together with Pepsi, they had brought the Olympic youth in academies. There was the Olympic Youth Academy in Nairobi, in Nakuru, in Kisumu, in Mombasa, in Thika. And that is what produced the great players like the likes of Mulamba, JJ Masiga, Eliadero, Dino Kitavi, Sami Olali. So we need to bring back the academies.
But I must say that they've played very well. It's been a fair game. I think all of us are well prepared. The Bunge team is ready to go. The journalists are really well prepared. I think they've been training. And it's been a very fair match you've seen. Not many major injuries, not many fouls. And I must say we've enjoyed the game. Yes.
In your general assessment, how well should we do as a country to be able to build sports? Because there are some positive strides happening now, but more needs to be done and more can be done.
Yeah, I agree absolutely with you. Like, what we must do to start nurturing sports from the grassroots. Sports from nursery, through primary, through secondary. And then we are able to do the mentoring, we're able to do the picking of the players early enough so that we should not be waiting to pick players at 18 and 17.
But the most important thing, even above just the idea of going to EALA, is the idea of unity that is bringing in Parliament. As you can see, senators and members of National Assembly are playing together. But even more importantly, members of the two coalitions are playing together without looking at this is from which coalition, this is from which coalition. So when we are here, we are one team and developing one another. And most importantly, this is also a place that the country can learn from, that we are not only about work in Parliament and work back in our constituencies. We are also about health and wellness. We are about fitness. We are about building our health as members of parliament, and we hope that people can be able to borrow from the process that we are doing here as a team.
We have very good players. We have people who can make Kenya to shine in African Cup of Nations. But if we rely on the teams in Nairobi, we rely in schools. You find like in schools in the village level, they are able even to go out to the national level. But when you find the captains or the managers of maybe the Premier League or the national team, you find them concentrating on Nairobi. Therefore, me, I am thinking we are not yet there. We are not even halfway. We need to go further and poach for better players. And also the government to facilitate those players so that they can now full-time, as we are waiting for African Cup of Nations. They will be full-time maybe for 1 or 2 years, preparing, praying, and be coached so that at least we can be able to be part of the team that will go to finals. It will be so embarrassing. I know Kenyans will lose hope. Kenyans will not go even to the ground to spectate. Whenever they fight, maybe we have been tumechujwa maybe hata kama hatujafika hata quarter final.
So we've had the final whistle in today's edition of Bunge FC versus SJAK FC. And the final score is Bunge FC 1, SJAK FC 3. It can only get better when we think about fitness, more preparations, and more seriousness while at it. But of key importance is the kind of networking and some of the issues that sports journalists have been able to raise with the members of